Welcome to episode 1 of Asking Good Traders Serious Questions. Today's question is going to be, what did you think about today's crazy market action and the wild SPY drop, and how did you minimize your losses or end up green?
How's it going, guys? Neo here, the Desert Wolf with an E on Twitter. First, I want to say, man, I'm loving that. I'm loving that podcast. Pennies going in raw. You and Hugh are doing some awesome work. So, your question to me was, can you explain your thoughts on today's market drop and how did you play it? Well, first things first, and give you a little quick background. I am not a high frequency day trader. I am more focused on swing trading. I like to find value-based setups using fundamental analysis, catalysts, and looking for those charts that are primed. I do make day trades, but primarily I focus on scaling in and out of swing trades. So if you follow me closely and you've seen a couple YouTube videos I do the 40 30 30 method. You could check that out. That gives you a little background of why today was actually a great discount day. So first things first, I was not profitable today, but was I scared? Absolutely not. I was using this day to add to my swing positions at a discount because I've done the DD, we've done all the research, we've done the technical analysis, and we know that the gaps are inevitable. So I feel that many other experienced traders were not shaken either. They were taking this time, the blood in the water, to go out there and just scoop some cheap shares. Uh, I want to talk about why do I think the markets dipped. A couple reasons quickly come to mind. Putin dropping that news on the Russian COVID vaccine. It put all biotechs and COVID-related stocks at a risk today, and many they saw red very early in the market. There was one that actually stood out. It was Vaxart. It started off red and then it kind of recovered and was actually up, I think, 20 to 25% at its height in the day. So I mean, all the biotechs took a poop today, but it's a good time to come in and just scoop some cheap shares because we know that how credible is that resource that Russia has a vaccine that hasn't been tested on people. Second was the fact that Kamala Harris is now announced to be Joe Biden's running mate for VP. We all know her backstory and the increase of taxes she wants to put on high earning individuals as well as profits in the stock market. So that definitely didn't help. And another thing, this was the perfect day for shorts to come out and further shake the markets with their fear. So you saw a lot of short articles come out within the last couple days. Actually, SRNE had a big one today. I think Hindenburg released a short article on them. So I think the shorts decided, today's going to be the day. We're going to hit a lot of stop losses. A lot of the inexperienced traders were selling for losses. So I think that really added a lot of pressure to why the markets were dipping today. By the end of the day, we saw a slight recovery with them. I think that was the shorts covering because they know that Trump was coming on and he was definitely going to do something to reinstill the confidence in the markets. And that added a lot of buying pressure by the end of the day. So a lot of stocks that were down, 10, 15%, they ended up recovering to almost even on the day. So you have to remember, as money flows in and out of certain sectors, the same thing happens with the shorting. So things that you saw that were popping today were shorts covering and actually shorting other stocks. And the same thing goes with people who were selling. They were taking their money out to look for profits elsewhere. So these two things combined, I think it really took a beating on the pennies today. But I think that we're going to have a recovery within the next couple days, and more money is going to be coming back into the markets. So I think it's going to be a good green day for us, maybe tomorrow, and just stay strong. Like I said, always protect your capital when you're swing trading. Use the 40 30 30 method. Never buy all in on a stock. Always keep cash ready and available for these times when we find ourselves getting a big dip in the markets. So I'm going to leave you with that, Dan. Thanks for having me on, man. I wish you all the best, everyone. God bless. All the health, wealth, and happiness. Take care. Neo out.
Mr. Perez here. I just wanted to talk a little about what happened in today's sessions through my eyes, what I saw. So rising wedge, ES, E-mini, S&P 500 futures daily chart, rising wedge, 8 green sessions in a row. But what's really important is this daily supply zone. Um, Supply and demand, just super quick tutorial. Um, Supply and demand is balance and imbalance in the market. Imbalance is a fancy way of saying trending. So when you have your trending downward, this is going to be your imbalance right here. And then your balance is simply going to be areas of consolidation where, this is your imbalance right here, your move up, and then you have buyers and sellers finally agreeing on price. That's your balance. Imbalance is trending, balance is consolidation. So the whole idea behind supply and demand is that during these areas of balance, once once imbalance happens, there are going to be institutional buy and sell orders that are left on the order book. If they got in too late, they got skipped, whatever. There are going to be these institutional buy and sell orders that come in on these zones and fill and push price in that direction. So my idea is that we have pushed into all-time highs or close to it, whatever. And we have this supply zone up here. You have right before the COVID crash, you have this balance in the market after this trend up before a massive, and I mean huge spike like downward. So you've got to assume that there are going to be big bank institutional orders, whatever, that never got filled that are going to be coming in and pushing price down. So today is the first day that we hit one of these zones. And if you go down into the 4 hour, look what happened. So this is assuming that institutional orders came in at this zone, got filled, and pushed price down pretty sharply, because it's a daily supply zone. The higher the time frame, the more powerful the chart, the more powerful the pattern, anything. So that's an example of a supply zone. Demand zone, you can see where we bounced today too. If this is you have a move up, this is your imbalance, right? This trend up, and then you have this little consolidation, your balance. Look at all these shorts that get trapped right here. All these shorts are trapped. So when you have this spike up, you are creating an imbalance in the market at this level. And look what happens when price got pushed from the daily supply zone to a 4 hour demand zone. So, will we hold? Maybe not, because now this zone is used. You had all these orders get filled right here, so you're going to have less orders in the book getting filled at these levels. And it's just like a support line. The more attempts down and bounce, the higher the probability that the next attempt down will fail, or vice versa. So that's what I thought happened in the market. I think we hit supply for the first time since the crash. Orders came in, got filled, pushed price down. Um, yeah. Thank you for listening.
All right, yeah, no. First question for today is, can you explain today's market action? Yeah, so I'm going to explain this in 3 different reasons why we saw what we saw today. One, we're going for all-time highs. Anytime that you're going for an all-time high on a breakout, you're going to see profit takers, because as we get closer to that breakout zone, you're going to see people taking profit because they don't know if we can break through that resistance. So that's huge. The market's seeing all-time highs. A lot of people feel that doesn't make sense, so you're going to see a lot more profit takers. 2, we have summer trading. Liquidity is always down during the summer, okay? And then 3, we have 2 catalysts. 1 being the Russia vaccine, and 2 being that we knew Biden was going to announce his VP for his running VP, okay, sometime this week, okay? Both of those make the market uneasy, but then you add in summer liquidity and going for all-time highs, and it makes for a pullback. We need a pullback, okay? Just like March, just like in April, okay? You need a pullback, okay? So if you find yourself in a rut today, okay, if you're a day trader, reduce your size and reduce the amount of trades that you're taking, okay? Be super specific, okay? Make sure relative volume is there, and make sure that it makes sense why you're buying it. 2, if you're a swing trader and you have 100% of your book on the street, what you need to do is that you need to assess Can you mentally handle that? Because if you cannot mentally handle that and you feel that there's more downside to your stocks than what they're at currently, then reduce your position. Go 40% cash. There's nothing wrong with that. And buy back on dips. Or if it doesn't dip, then you already have a core position. Okay?
Hey y'all. So, basically we're looking at SPY and why it took a massive giant shit today. This is a rug pull we've been expecting. We know it's been propped, we know it's been manipulated, we know what's going on. It's just a little bit harder to read when that rug is going to be pulled. So, today you can see it in a bunch of different places, news, all this new Russia vaccine stuff, all this new Biden stuff, all this world impacting news will play a part in SPY, but that's not the only indicator. We can see tech, which makes up something like 46% of SPY, start dropping. Things are not working out. Things like QQQ, which is a tech index. You can watch other indexes start to fail. When things are failing at this magnitude, you batch it, I guess you can say, with the fact that world news is happening and everyone's starting to pull out. Everything is starting to tank. Honestly, it's one of the best times and easiest money I've ever made on puts, but these are things you can watch for market fluctuations. Plus, again, we were almost testing all-time highs with no real reason to be testing those. So it was more of a matter of time before the house of cards came tumbling down.